Most people think of self-development as maybe if you do self-development, you're a strong person or you've got your shit together. I think there's a lot of misunderstanding of what self-development means. When people start their journey of self-development, most of them think that I must be so amazing because I start doing this self-development. I'm gonna start journaling. I'm gonna start writing down my thoughts. I'm gonna start cold plunging. I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start eating healthy. And they think they're so amazing and they think it's gonna go so well. Like everything that we do in life, whenever we try to do something different, whenever we try to do something new, and whenever we try to go out and go beyond of our comfort zone, most of them have this impression of this is gonna be exciting, this is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna start doing my self development journey. I'm gonna be a new person, I'm gonna be a new man, or I'm gonna be a new woman. But first year is gonna be like that. First few months of you starting your self development journey, you think it's just gonna be a wonderful, it's gonna be like a rainbow, like a like a fantasy, like a Disney world is gonna be so exciting. You have this optimistic point of view of self development when you're just starting. But as soon as you go through that process, you realize that it's actually painful. It's actually hurt that you just want to stop. You get burnt out because you have the wrong expectation when you start your self development journey, which is kind of frustrating sometimes, and it's kind of disappointing when you're just starting because you see this self development gurus or people who, you know, people who start documenting and making videos or making vlogs about their self development journey, and you think they're living a really good life and they're so amazing and they're so happy. But when you're actually start doing your self development journey, it's not because you're a winner, but sometimes you've kind of realized that you're kind of a loser, and there's so much things that needs to be developed and needs to be changed and needs to be honed with who you are and your character. Self development is actually for, let's say, people that are weak. Let's say people that are losers. Doesn't mean you are. It's just what you do. It's just, and sometimes it's just what you think. People who start their self development journey, and who actually got through that or uninformed pessimism that's gonna be awaiting when they get past that, uninformed pessimism that's gonna be waiting for them alongside of their journey. That's when they realize that, oh, there's so many things about me that needs an improvement and that needs honing, because you're not gonna be self-development if you're already a good person, if you're already amazing person, if you already think you're a winner. People that need self-development are actually people that have got through something in life, people that are losers, people that are bullies, people that are need an improvement in their lives, in their character, and need honing. Self-development are for people that needs to be schooled, people that are naive and insecure. Self-development are for those people. And this is what I realized when I started doing my self-development journey 5 years ago. After I had chronic kidney disease when I was 16 years old, I knew I stumbled upon a video about self-development. That was the first time that I discovered and that I knew about self-development, that vocabulary of self-development. That was the first time that I knew about it. And so 6 years ago, after I had chronic kidney disease, I applied it. I don't like reading, but I tried to read like 12 Rules for Life, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, and 12 Rules for Life by Dr. Jordan Peterson, and along with Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, and a bunch of other things. But I only read that on, yes, PDF file, right? And I also started journaling, started writing down my thoughts. And so there's so many things that I've read and that I've started doing. I bought many books and I read many books because I know when I have to after I had chronic kidney disease, I knew I needed to start doing improvement. That's when I kind of got desperate. That's when I started wanting to get a job. But for 5 years of finding a job, I couldn't find any job. When the first time I did it, I kind of got excited and kind of there's adrenaline and kind of excited like, oh, I'm a new person. There's optimism that you just can't stop and the thrill of doing it, doing something new. But I realized that, wow, there's actually plenty of things that needs to be improved to me. And this hurts. It hurts doing this. It hurts because kind of lonely. You have no other people that you can relate to. You have no other people that do the things that you do. So it's a bit different. And I'm isolated. I have no friends. I have no school, no social life. I moved into a different city where I don't know anyone for just so for my treatment of my dialysis. But so I had to do all of these things just for the sake of self improving and self development. And I thought it's gonna be good, and I thought it's gonna be just I'm gonna be finally be happy. And because of that self development, self improvement journey that I had, that's when I realized the things that I did back then. And actually, the good thing that happened to me after I started my self development journey a few years ago was I learned to realize the things that I did before and kind of started maturing and realizing the things that I did before that was not good. There are some people that deserves my apology because of how immature I was in high school and how naive I was, and I've hurt people. Because of my self development journey, that's when I realized that there are some people that I need to apologize to. There are things that I realized that I wasn't good, and I've hurt people because of it, because of my immaturity. And the good thing is, and because of the self development journey, I've learned to realize those things, and you know, I had the guts to apologize to those people, which I did. And I think those bad things that was happening to me, I learned to realize how shitty I was, how a dickhead and egotistical I was in high school, even though at such a young age. I'm gonna tell you a story when I was in high school, why I said that I was immature and kind of egotistical at the same time. I was a dancer in high school, and our choreographer tasked me and my friend to handle the junior. I was 15 at that time, and the junior crew we were tasked to kind of look after for was like 14 years old, 13, 12 years old. No, there's no 12 years old, only 14 and 13 years old. But I took that opportunity to think that, oh, maybe I'm the leader. I'm so good. I'm so, like, I was tasked to handle the crew. I can just say whatever I want. I'm so, I'm such a good guy. So it kind of boosted my ego. But we were tasked to handle this junior MNC. I was trash talking them. I was saying bad things to them to the point that I saw them and I can hear them comforting each other. They were saying, "Oh, it's okay. Dicky is just like that. He's just so serious of dancing. Sometimes he say stuff like that." I hear them and listening to them comforting each other and saying that I'm just serious and just don't mind what I say to them because I really hurted their feelings. Whenever they're late, whenever they're on their phones, and we were just young, but I'm acting as if we're gonna perform internationally. We're only performing in high school, and we only have performance, and we don't get paid on doing that. But this is just something that we do, and I was tasked the way I see it is that I'm amazing because I was tasked to handle the the crew. But what I didn't realize, my choreographer actually gave me an opportunity to kind of boost their passion to dancing, kind of encourage them to do the things that they love doing as a young people, while others are doing other things like doing, you know, I was tasked to handle them. I was tasked to kind of encourage them and be a good leader. But I've wasted that because of immaturity and of just ego. And I thought it was about me, but it's really about them. And I realized all of those after all of these years, after I've passed all of that. I realized those because of self development. Sometimes you just need words, sometimes you just need idea and a good point of view and solitude. Because when you're self development, you're gonna be there's gonna be a hard time. There's gonna be a resistance to what you previously want to do and the things that you want to do now and the things you want to focus on. And so because of that self development journey that I was on, I realized these things. And probably if it wasn't because of that, I probably wouldn't realize my mistake a long time ago. It's like a few years ago. My self development started 2 years ago and 3 years ago. And so these are the things that I just have to think about. These are the things that I realized upon my self development journey. The mistakes that I did, and I was able to get to know myself. Because we're so programmed by the society and we learn to adapt. Sometimes we rebel, sometimes we just listen and we let other people in the society tell us what to do. And now we finally had to do different things like self development or self improvement. That's when we kind of realize the things that we did, the mistakes that we did, our programming, the society's programming, and the conditioning of it. Sometimes, and because of self development, you realize, and because of self development, you learn to be authentic. You will get to know who you are, but you will also get to learn the bad things that you did, the mistakes that you did. And so sometimes you realize how shitty you are, or you could be a bully, or you were a bad person, how you acted and how you treat other people. Not in a demeaning way, not in just because you look down on them, but that's how I was as a leader. That's how I was as a leader. But I just realized that I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing a good job of being a leader. I thought it was about me. I thought if I could just I thought if I was gonna be hard on them, they're gonna do better. So self development made me realize that there could be another way. There could be a mature, a much better, a much sympathetic and a strong character that I could do and that I could apply to myself so that I could apply to other people, and I will never have the same mistake again of probably discouraging and making other people feel bad about doing the things that they love doing. And so self development, those are the things that you realize. Self development are for losers, the loser version of yourself. Self development are for the bad version of yourself. Self development are for people that needs honing, that needs schooled, that needs to be schooled, that needs to be teach a lecture or as a lesson. Self development are for people that made mistakes, a lot of mistakes in their life. Self development are not for people that are winners. Self development are not for people that have everything in place. So when you start your self development journey, don't think of it as I'm an amazing person. I'm gonna self development because I'm not. I'm better than everyone else. If you are actually a better person when you start your self development journey, then you don't need self development.